Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding Trance Channel here for our daily Course in Miracles lesson. Thank you for joining us today. Today we are doing lesson number 62. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I'm going to mention that my dog is in the room, so if you see her nosing around, please ignore her. I'm trying to. It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It is your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. Forgiveness is the demonstration that you are the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. Illusions about yourself and the world are one. That is why all forgiveness is a gift to yourself. Your goal is to find out who you are, having denied your identity by attacking creation and its creator. Now you are learning how to remember the truth, for this attack must be replaced by forgiveness so that thoughts of life may replace thoughts of death. Remember that in every attack you call upon your own weakness, while each time you forgive, you call upon the strength of Christ in you. Do you not then begin to understand what forgiveness will do for you? It will remove all sense of weakness, strain, and fatigue from your mind. It will take away all fear and guilt and pain. It will restore the invulnerability and power God gave His Son to your awareness. Let us be glad to begin and end this day by practicing today's idea, and to use it as frequently as possible throughout the day. It will help to make the day as happy for you as God wants you to be, and it will help those around you as well as those who seem to be far away in space and time to share this happiness with you. As often as you can, closing your eyes if possible, say to yourself today, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I would fulfill my function that I may be happy. Then devote a minute or two to considering your function and the happiness and release it will bring you. Let related thoughts come freely, for your heart will recognize these words, and in your mind is the awareness they are true. Should your attention wander, repeat the idea and add, I would remember this because I want to be happy. Okay, so that is lesson number 62. Let's see what Jesus has to say today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and you are meant to be happy. This is one of the great fibs, fabrications, we will say lies, that have been taught about my teaching. That suffering and sacrifice are required. Suffering and sacrifice breed resentment and cause pain. Happiness does not. When you attend to your mind, when you learn that what you think creates the thoughts, when you learn that what you think creates the feelings that you are feeling, and therefore whether they make you happy or sad, you begin to realize that suffering is a choice. Suffering is indeed a choice. It does not make you holy, it makes you miserable. I did not suffer on the cross. The point was that I sacrificed nothing. The body was nothing to me. In teaching that lesson to my disciples, I was showing them that the body was nothing to me and that I did not suffer. The appearance of that story and the layers of untruth that have been laid upon that story for thousands of years in your society are lies. It is not logical for the only Son of God to sacrifice himself in a painful way for salvation of others. That makes no sense. What does make sense, and what is logical if you think about it, is that I was demonstrating my ability to overcome death. I was demonstrating my ability not to suffer. And I was telling you that suffering is not required. That let the crucifixion of my body be the last useless sacrifice that is demonstrated in this world. It is not required of you. You are designed to be happy. You have a guidance system that, when it is in alignment with truth, will make you happy. It is very simple, dear ones. The happier you are, we're not speaking of pleasure here. Bodily pleasure is a different thing. That's a sensory thing. Happiness is a quality of mind. It is something you cultivate by the way you handle your mind, not what you do with your body. That is a different kind of feeling, and it can actually make you quite unhappy, constantly seeking bodily pleasures. We will go into that further at a later date, but for now, know that you are meant to be happy. And when you are unhappy, you are off track. When you are unhappy, go back to your lesson for the day and ask if you are applying it. These lessons are not just to be said by rote, although in the beginning that is how they feel. You are now approaching that time in the lesson training program where you begin to apply the lessons, where you really begin to believe what you're saying to yourself. And if you believe what you're saying to yourself and apply the lesson, you will not be sad. You will not suffer at all during your day. And you will get days, dear ones, where you realize that these lessons are offering you peace. They are offering you a different way of experiencing your human experience. And then you wonder to yourself, if I am feeling better after 60 lessons, how will I feel after 360 lessons? And how will I feel after 5 years of practicing this or 10 years of practicing this? Yes, we want you to imagine being so happy, so full of health, so full of vitality that you barely remember the life before A Course in Miracles. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will see you again tomorrow. It's quite playful there. Thank you for joining us. Bye.